I was a panhandler/hitchhiker for most of my teen years. From the ages 14 to 22 I only panhandled to survive. Once my dad stopped paying child support my family and I became homeless. There were many days we were at the point of starvation until I decided to panhandle. At first I only did it so we could have one meal a day, by as I realized I could get much more it eventually kinda became like a job and we used the money to check into a cheap hotel every night. I was fine with it at first because I felt like I was helping my family survive, but my mother refused to get a job and didn't want my brother and I to work either. My brother is 6 years older, so he was already an adult at this time. My mother told me that she had a search warrant for her arrest, so if she got a job the cops will find her and arrest her. I found out years later that it wasn't true. I believed her for like 5 years. We spent years just going from town to town, state to state doing the same thing, and I would be the only person panhandling. My family never did because apparently people would have more sympathy for the youngest person. I was a very obedient child, so it never crossed my mind to rebel until I was 22. My mother ended up winning a lawsuit with someone and got a few thousand, and we spent it living in Airbnbs. I enjoyed not feeling homeless or asking anyone for anything so much that I decided to finally rebel and just get a job so I could continue that lifestyle. My mother was very upset by this and it wasn't easy at all for me because of how much she gaslit me, but I finally did it. At 22 years old I had no education or work experience, so it was hard at first, but now a couple of years later I'm living normally but still support my family financially. Panhandling has cost me lots of psychological trauma and my self-esteem is at zero. I also don't know how I can ever stop supporting my family because they wouldn't have anywhere to live if I did. I love them very much, but they are toxic. This is something I would never tell anyone that I meet because I'm so ashamed of my past, and looking back really wished I had it in me to rebel much sooner because by now my life would have been better, and I feel really depressed that I wasted my youth.